Beautiful people. Who is the palace protecting? Is the palace protecting Harry or Meghan? Let's not forget that Meghan is not the blood royal. Harry is. And Harry has gone along with absolutely everything that Meghan has said, with her grift, with her lies, with everything, especially the lies about the children and the children's birth. So let's explore a little bit here why I believe that Meghan did not give birth to those two children, and why I believe Harry's fully aware of that and has made the palace complicit. Like Meghan said, being complacent is being complicit. So the palace has been complacent in regards to Harry's grift with these two children.
By the time I'm in my chair.
I should probably go.
No,
The Gazette, official public record, royal babies and the Gazette. Here's how the Gazette has marked the happy occasion of a royal birth throughout the last century. The official public record has been documenting royal births since the 17th century. Since then, some royal traditions and customs have changed, but others have steadfastly remained. And then we go here. I want you to please bear with this because this is a really important video. From 1894, home secretaries were required to attend royal births for reasons of verification, to ensure that the baby and potential heir to the throne was a descendant of the monarch and not an imposter. Previous to this, the royal birth room would have been even more crowded with privy councils and ministers, along with medical practitioners and ladies in waiting, among others. And here is the really interesting part. This is to record. The London Gazette is the official records, as it says, that publishes all births from senior royals or royals from the Queen. And it goes as far back as, royal babies announced in the Gazette 20th and 21st century. And it starts all the way back. Queen Elizabeth II, Princess Margaret, Prince Edward, Princess Alexandra, Prince Michael, Prince Charles, yes, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, Prince Edward, Peter Mark Andrew, Prince William, Prince Harry, Princess Beatrice, Princess Eugenie, Prince George, and it goes on and on and on. And it stops at Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. That's where it stops. That's where it stops because nobody really wants to go along with this grift of Lilibet. It's a complete scam. Now, we have all seen this record that TMZ published, courtesy of Meghan Markle, in my very humble opinion, where Harry is called, the name of the father is the Duke of Sussex, and his last name is His Royal Highness, right? And they got this, I believe, on June 22nd. We're talking less than 2 weeks after the birth of the so-called child named Lilibet, of which I have tried to obtain 7 copies of informational copies of birth records, and you've seen what I've received. In case you've forgotten, I'm going to publish it right now. In case you have all forgotten, this is from CHSI Vital Records from California. And it goes on, greetings and thank you for contacting the California Department of Public Health Office of Vital Records. In response to your inquiry, unfortunately, we're not able to locate a certificate with information provided. Therefore, a certificate of no public record was issued. If you believe this is an error, please return back the letter mailed to you and provide additional copies of documents or information you may have to perform another search for you, free of charge. Otherwise, your next step is to apply at the county recorder's office in the county where this event occurred. If you still require our help, please contact our general customer service, the office hours, and blah, blah, blah. Thank you. As you all know, I did a video about this and I exposed everything in detail. how the doctor that supposedly delivered Lily suddenly quit. I mean, she is so wealthy. She has suddenly found herself so wealthy that she no longer needs to work as a doctor. She shut down her very thriving practice without any notice to her patients, which is unheard of because doctors who are retiring have to give notice for patients so they can look for another doctor, especially when it comes, pediatrician. So here, as soon as I published that video, suddenly another person requested a record, and she says that she got it on January 24th. This was issued on January 24th, 2024. But look at the 2 and the 4, how far apart separate are. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? And then, again, we have name of father, the Duke of Sussex, His Royal Highness last name. It is uncanny how it is like the one from TMZ, isn't it? And I'm going to tell you why this is full of shit. Because as you just saw, I have been requesting, guys, I don't put shit here because, oh, this is funny. This costs money. I know you guys tell me, oh, do this and do that and get this, get that. Everything costs money, So, but isn't it amazing? And I'm going to debunk this crap right now. It'll be surprising to let you know, and I ask you to please Google Prince Harry's birth certificate, 1984. It's not on the public site. It's not on Google. At least I couldn't find it. I used my VPN and I still could not get a copy of that. So I had to ask one of the YouTubers to send me one of the copies that she had. And this is the one. You can see this is the birth certificate for Prince Harry. Okay? Name and surname, His Royal Highness Prince Henry Charles Albert David. That was his name at birth. It was Henry Charles Albert David. He was given the title His Royal Highness Prince. But his name is Henry Charles Albert David. This is his official birth certificate. This is what he was assigned at birth. Now, gorgeous people, why do details matter? I'm going back to the Royal Gazette. I will leave the link on the video description. Listen to where I'll leave it, on the video description. That later, this is the Royal Gazette, okay? Before, they used to have a lot of people witnessing the birth of a royal child for purposes of verification to ensure that the child that you place in the line of succession was legitimate, because it has serious constitutional consequences, okay? And Queen Victoria, the day between 9 and 10 in the morning, the Queen was safely delivered. It was decided by Queen Victoria that for the birth of the future Edward VIII, the Home Secretary would be sufficient for purposes of verifications. The custom was to happen for the final time on 25th December 1936, when the Queen's cousin, Princess Alexandra, was born with Home Secretary John Simon present. This is the Queen's cousin. It wasn't even... So this is to give you an idea of how serious they took this, because previously, the reason why this custom and law arose was because there was fraud. When women couldn't produce a male heir, or they couldn't give birth at all. So they would resort to fraud. Some traditions haven't changed, though. The centuries-old custom of posting a signed announcement on an ornate easel outside Buckingham Palace and a 41-gun salute by the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery are expected to mark the birth of Prince William and Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge's second child. This is when they're talking about that, right? And then they go and display all the babies that have been born. And we know that they don't display Lilibet. This is Prince Harry's easel announcement outside of Buckingham Palace. As you can see, there are 5 signatures placed outside to announce the birth, and these are the 5 witnesses to the birth, testifying that indeed that Harry was born out of Princess Diana's body. My question to you, how much does Harry know if Meghan didn't give birth to these 2 children? How much is Harry involved in this absolute scam of these 2 children? And what is worse, I feel bad for those 2 children, because I do believe they exist. And Harry has allowed the shame of uncertainty to surround his two children's births, sorry, knowing what the rumors around him are. So why does that matter, guys? It does matter because we have two children in the line of succession of a constitutional monarchy at the top level without any verification. None. Palace is mum about it. They hide behind, oh, it's privacy. No. Royal births and documentation cannot, to verify the legitimacy of them belonging in the line of succession, cannot be private, cannot be confidential. They need to be public in order for people to understand that everything's up on the level. It is my very humble opinion that Harry has been in on this grift for a long time. I do believe that Meghan Markle lied to him and told him that she was pregnant in order to hasten the marriage, because they bumped Eugenie's wedding to make room. Basically everything that had been done for Eugenie, like the parade, everything, and even the church was used because there was already a plan in place. And they bumped Eugenie later on because they used the same venue, I believe. Everything was pretty much the same, just to marry Harry to Meghan. And this is just my opinion. And then Meghan very classlessly announcing at Princess Eugenie's wedding that, oh, I am fake pregnant. Nobody, no doctor on this earth, especially when it comes to delivering high-profile individuals like royal ladies, are going to give a geriatric mother who is overdue and whose baby has issues, because Harry even goes on his book Spare to say that the baby was struggling. They're not going to give her laughing gas, put her on bathtub birth, and an epidural, and within 2 hours she'll be discharged home. Absolutely impossible. It doesn't happen. That's a no. And I know that in his book Harry says, well, these are my memories as they are, but you can't take them as the whole truth because this is I remember. But actually, being at your son's birth, it's a very objective thing. I mean, might be objective as to how you felt, but as to the details. But then he goes that he was high on laughing gas, which is another thing that the hospital would never allow. A hospital would never allow. The Portland hospital would never allow, and I'm surprised that the Portland hospital is very quiet about it. The Portland hospital allows a patient or somebody accompanying the woman to inhale the entire laughing gas canister. And they have to go get another one. Have you ever heard of that? And this is from a first-hand witness that happens to be Prince Harry. So how much is he on the grift with Meghan? And I am wondering if the royal family are covering it up because not to protect Meghan, but to protect Harry. Because Harry is in on the grift. And this is what many people don't understand, that if Meghan goes down with this lie, Harry goes down with the lie too, because he's been in it. Because how can he not sleep next to that woman and not realize she's not pregnant, that she's using baby bumps? How can he not? So who is the palace protecting? Are they protecting Meghan or are they protecting Harry? Meghan is not a blood royal. Harry is. Harry has gone along with everything that Meghan Markle has done and said, except the racist claim. He took it back with Tom Bradby interview. But other than that, he's gone along with pretty much everything, especially with the lie of Lily and Archie. Why is it such a difficult thing to produce the certificate of live birth with the signatures of the doctors? That is required, mandated to be placed outside the easel for a senior royal, of all things. Harry's number five in line to the throne, and Archie is sixth in line to the throne. And unless Parliament removes them from the line of succession, listen to what I'm saying, Parliament, because yes, Parliament, you need Parliament, you need to involve Parliament to change the laws of succession. not to remove titles. So, line of succession and titles, royal titles, are completely different because royal titles are honorary and they are bestowed at the will of the king, of the monarch, and taken away. So what is going on here? What is going on here? Beautiful people, as usual, leave me your thoughts and comments because I think this is insane.